So my friend wanted to test his warrior, so let's check it out. And I believe from my previous shaman deck that I won against the priest with, I switched out a few late game cards for an early to mid game card. One of which is the Fire God Destroyer from BRM. I actually wanted to stay away from that card to reduce the overloads because I actually have the Lava Shock specifically for elemental destruction, so I didn't want overloads. But here I go, I added it. So here I'm just going to toss out my Flame Tongue uh, because I don't have the coin, and I tossed out a Lobber because I can wait. I mean, if I don't have the coin, then Lobber doesn't gain value.
I'm watching you.
What? Oh wow. That's a really, really good card for the warrior. I actually didn't think about it in that way. And the first one he played was golden, so it must have, you
I'm
know,
watching you.
definitely intrigued him. And he got two of them on the board now. So let me check again. So basically, if he uses his hero power, he can attack with both of them. So unfortunate for me is that Taunt Totem is pretty good. I mean, it helps me block off one of the face damage, um, which is nice. But again, I lose my Tuskar Totemic, so that card definitely counters the Shaman's Tuskar Totemic. So here, this is where I have to play my Fire Guard to try to destroy both of those guys ASAP. Of course, if he has Execute, he can just use Fiery War Axe and Execute. Or something along those lines.
Back to work.
Cruel Task. So here I really, really made use of my, you know, creatures to handle his early game pressure.
Tadingo.
So I had to overload there, so I had to play my Senjin. And Senjin is fine here. I mean, of course, if he has, yeah, that. But he has to use the Cruel Taskmaster, so it's fine. Oh, nice. Nice top deck there. That top deck actually helped me because uh, he didn't equip that Spite. He used the War Axe instead. So then putting a 3/4 is nice, and having the Mana Tide together on that turn is just perfect because now he has to make a decision whether he wants to take 3 damage per turn or he wants to uh, not let me,
What's
uh,
more?
you know, have my card draw. And it's actually dangerous to leave card draw open like that. So he decided that the 3/4 was more important, which I don't know. Depending on his hand, I think it's a mistake because you definitely do not want a shaman to have more cards. I mean, you don't actually want people to have more cards because people actually play based on card draw. Ooh, Heckler. Well, I just got my. I have both either Hex or Black Knight. Which one should I do? And I chose to do the Black Knight here. Uh, I'm just praying that he doesn't have the Brawl, but this is an all-in for the Brawl. Uh, but, you know, I drew I just drew into something, and I knew that my Manatide would still be alive for a few turns, so technically I'm fine if he brawls. I mean, Hex would have prevented losing the Black Knight, but it still costs so much that I want to play more cards per turn in the late game, and I just don't want to play only a single card. But unfortunately, I have to play a single card here because he brawled and I lost all my damaging creatures. So I have to put more pressure now with Chromagus. And I didn't want to get overload again, so I didn't play uh, some other stuff. Dr. Boom and a slam to draw. Nice. Duplicating Lobber is fun. So here I'll just use my Hex that I kept, which is fine. I mean, in the end, I have another one that I drew before this turn. Uh, but you know, it just depends on how I would use the Black Knight if I did keep it. Um, so here I decided to load that because I want him, if he has his second execute. Ooh, Wrynn. What did he get? That's not good. That's not good for him either. And that's not good for him either. But it's still two legendaries. Um, I mean, sure, I played Black Knight, I played Chromagus, and Lothep, but they're all just like bodies. He played Dr. Boom earlier, so I mean, um, you know, he definitely has more legendaries. Deck versus deck, he has more legendaries. So here, I'm taking a long time because that's my second hex, and the other thing is I duplicated my lobbers with the Chromagus value. So here I really want to pray that my lobber hits uh, one of the two targets, which is the sparring partner taunt or the 3/3 Arathi. And it haven't hit the taunt, so that's cool. I mean, it was one out of the three.
I have no time for
Sylvanas, second Winx. So the way I play, I mean, this is nothing new, but the way I play is I try to control my opponent's hand, and of course, TGT actually gave the Shaman a lot of board presence. Um, I mean, in the beginning, when I first learned Shaman, back in the end of beta, like end of October, early November in 2013, I actually played a Totem War build that I actually got my totems to 0507 stat, and I won like 10 games in a row. But that was back then, people didn't realize to trade totems, so I actually got ahead and then I bloodlusted them. Um, but after this TGT, uh, they gave the shaman so much board presence that you actually won't run out of cards without the need to use like Gnomish Inventor, and I mean, one Azure Drake is enough, and you know you get a chance to get mana type totem from the totem summoner, random summoner anyway, so you most likely might even overdraw, and I even have Chromagus value, so it's like I almost overdrew stuff. So here he's actually stole my my guy there, my healing totem, which I can just lobber it. I mean, I would love to value lobbering something else, but I didn't want him to have any creatures. So I decided to just lobber. So here my Senjin is really annoying. I mean, it is. unless he plays even more legendaries. Wow, Ramesh has arrived. So Sylvanas has arrived, which is nice. This top deck kinda saved me, I would say, because I have my Argus from the beginning, and all I need to do is just taunt up my Sylvanas. I mean, if he plays Silence, then good for him. That's the second Arathi. That's the second slam. So he's already running out of cards, and there's my Azure that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, so like I haven't been running out of cards because he didn't kill my Manatite Totem early on, and then my Chromagus just drew me like two different cards twice before I had to finally lose him. Ooh, Belcher. Bolster, huh? So basically this warrior deck is like bolster and then control the game until you get Wrynn, and hopefully your Wrynn draws you your legendaries that are useful. But unfortunately he didn't. Ooh, my Harrison came just a little late. But it's still fine. If he has Death Bite from the end of his deck, then he would not be able to play. So here I only dropped one. I can sacrifice to drop the other one. But if he plays a second brawl, I really have to be careful. So here I wanted to play my Fire Guard, but I decided to switch it up and play my Kazan because Kazan is you know, lower stat and lower value. I mean, against the warrior, there's no value in having the Kazan in hand. So there I just decided to just trade it all in. I actually wanted to not trade at all. There's the second Belcher. That's a lot of Belchers. I mean, in the sense that they were played in a row, so it's pretty hard for me to counter, considering that I already used both my Hexes and my Black Knight. But luckily I have those awesome totem carvers that can be buffed when I have more totems. Well, totem type features. So here my healing totem is doing a lot of work. And at this point, those two guys, if he doesn't have a second brawl, he's done. So here it's a low value battle rage. Tharazan is a little late. And Taunt Totem beats the Slime Taunt. And here I have lethal, pretty sure. I have quite a lot of damage. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Well played indeed.